great. Great day. It's a great event. Something we look forward to every year. Develop a lot of great relationships. I think it's great for fans who get to come out and watch, and we get to interact with a little bit on a little different kind of platform. So it's always something we look forward to, and it's always great to play with these pro guys because it's great appreciation to see how they can play a game that we try to play so well and don't have a lot of success doing it.
Coach, how's the golf game looking? You confident going in today?
I can hit it okay, but short game is something we need to improve on.
You're growing off behind Charles Barkley, John Daly, kind of a wild group.
Well, it'll be fun watching them. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Charles. He's been a very good advocate for a lot of good things that help people, and I always have a tremendous amount of respect for that.
Nick, you mentioned the NIL and the unintended consequences of it. Do you think the NCAA is taking a strong enough action to kind of reel that in? And how important is that to the future of college football?
Well, my only comment is college football has always created a parity for players in competition, which I think every league has, whether it's NFL salary cap or whatever. And now I think NLI is great for the players. They should have an opportunity to earn money. I'm fine with all that, but if we don't maintain some level of parity, we've always had same scholarships, same Austin money, same cost of attendance, same academic support, same medical attention for everybody. And if we don't create that balance, I think it's going to affect the competitive standard of the game in the future, and probably even affect other sports. But so hopefully somebody will be able to figure that out.
Mike Norvell the other day talked about some of his guys being tampered with before they get into the portal. Have you experienced that with your own players, and what do you think needs to be done if that's a real issue?
Well, I think that it's really hard to control third parties, so whether it's direct or indirect. But when you have a guy leave your program and go someplace else the day after the game, I don't have any evidence that anything happened, but and I'm not making any accusations, but it makes you wonder, I guess. But hopefully we have enough honesty and integrity out there, amongst us professionally in our sport that, people are going to abide by the rules.
Last week, Scott Satterfield from Louisville suggested that Alabama might have tampered with Tyler Harrell from the Young Portal. That's what he said. Did you have a response to that? Have you heard from him on that?
Well, we don't tamper with anybody, so I don't know of anything or anybody that tampered with him. And I don't really know that anybody's ever tampered with our players. I just think sometimes when things happen, it makes you wonder. So I'm not making any accusations, against anybody that's done anything with our players, and I don't have any knowledge of anybody that's done anything with anybody else's players.
Coach, overall, are you worried about the future of college football? I know you always invest in just everything, not just your team. Are you worried about it? Do you think something needs to change with all this to put a bow on it?
No, I don't think. I think we're always looking for a better way, and I think we probably need some solutions to some of the unintended consequences of some of the things that have happened now, and I think we got a lot of people working on it, and I think a lot of people are interested in trying to make our game as competitive with some kind of equality as we can, and I'm sure that some people will come up with some solutions, but you have to be able to adapt to whatever the circumstance is, and that's certainly what we've tried to do.
In a few weeks, you guys have the meetings in Destin. What do you hope to have at the forefront of those discussions when you head to Destin?
I don't, that's not for me to make an agenda, but probably the same things that you're asking me about are going to be the same things that get discussed there to see if there's any input for solutions for the future.
How satisfied are you with the transfer moves that you've been able to make, and where do you kind of see the team moving in that aspect moving forward this offseason?
A lot of the guys, the guys that were there in the spring, we know exactly what they'll be able to contribute. Any new players that we've added to the team since then, whether they're incoming freshmen or transfers or, guys that we'll evaluate over the summer and have a better idea of how they can contribute to the team. But it's always been our philosophy, not to take somebody that's not going to make a positive impact on our team. So,
all right,
sorry
Coach.
about this.
That's all right. That's all we got. Appreciate
Thanks,
it,
Coach. Appreciate you.
But you all can probably guess who's calling.
Who?
Terry. Oh.
There's one person that calls lots in my family. She is a female, but not
Kristen. Grandpa duty.